What is up, guys? It is RSC6414 here, back with another video. This time I'm going to be talking about the TNA 6 sides, and TNA announced today that Bound for Glory 2014 is going to be in Tokyo, Japan, and no other than Korakuen Hall, a famous place where Dragon Gate shows happen all the time. And yeah, so it's just a famous Japanese wrestling venue. So it's really cool, really huge for TNA that it's going to be there. The biggest event of the year for TNA is Bound for Glory, so it's huge that they're getting it out of the country. I would have expected a big pay-per-view like that, if they were going to hold it, to be in the UK maybe, because they have a huge fan base there, but it makes sense because they have a partnership, obviously, with Wrestle One, Great Muda's promotion. So seeing them do that was cool. We'll probably see lots of Wrestle One stars. They did have a TNA One Night Only Wrestle One pay-per-view that's going to air next week, July 4th. I'll definitely tune into that. And so we'll probably see some Wrestle One stars since it's in Japan, some international people. But it should be cool, plus TNA stars into one TNA pay-per-view. So that's going to be cool. I think they announced October 12th, 2014 is when the event is taking place, so it's going to be cool. The reason I haven't been uploading is because for some reason it says I'm currently not allowed to upload on my computer, so if you're wondering why it's been a while, thought I'd just throw that side note in there. But yeah, and then just the 6 sides, I think it's awesome. TNA is bringing the 6-side ring back. It's what made TNA original in the first place. It's huge that they're going to do this. They announced it, I think it was Tuesday, I believe, that that's when they were going to have it. Or, I mean, the show, I think tonight they had a taping. And the New York City tapings are where they're having the 6-sided ring come back. So that's cool, and we'll see it in the future, too, in other events on TV. So it's awesome to see it back. Those were the original TNA days. You remember when they had 2005, 2006, 2007, were their probably 3 best years, in my opinion. 2008 was pretty good too, but so seeing them with the 6 sides coming back, awesome stuff. Really excited about that. Of course, a 6-sided ring isn't going to make people interested, though. It's a small step in the right direction to see them bring the 6 sides back. The fans voted on it. I voted for 6 sides. Hashtag 6 sides. But you know, it's. I was excited to hear the news that 6 sides is back. I think it brings another aspect different, separates it in some different way from WWE and other wrestling federations, promotions, companies, whatever you want to call it. I think it's big for TNA, so that's cool to see. They'll bring the 6-side back. Obviously, Austin Aries and EC3 probably aren't happy about it since they really wanted 4 sides. I can understand where they're coming from. But, 6 sides coming to TNA, coming back to TNA, baby. But it's going to be cool. I'm a huge TNA fan, so glad to see the 6 sides back. Remind me of the old TNA days, and I think in a way a lot of people are still bitching about TNA just because it's got such a bad image on it because they've messed up in a lot of different ways. I always watch TNA. I always will, and I always support it. For a while I was even planning on maybe saving up and going to Bound for Glory 2014 where it was going to be, but now it's in Tokyo. Probably scratch that, but maybe 2015. People keep saying TNA is going to die in the next few years. They've held various board meetings over the past few weeks, one Slammiversary weekend. So I think they're making new plans to change TNA and some good ideas, so innovative things that will separate it. So it'll be interesting to see the future of TNA and what it holds and what it brings. I'm excited for it. Right now, Slammiversary is alright. TNA, I think the product isn't terrible as people are making it out to be. MVP's got a cool stable with Kenny King and Bobby Lashley. Kenny King obviously getting the push now that I thought he deserves, and I'm glad he is getting that push, so that's cool. And yeah, I'm excited about TNA and what it holds. 6 sides, obviously going to make it even cooler. Make it different, obviously, like I've said various times throughout the video. And Bound for Glory series going to Tokyo, Japan, October 12th, 2004, Korakuen Hall. and it's going to be awesome. So I'm excited for it. As far as the pay-per-view, when it's going to air, not exactly sure how they're going to do that. They could do it like Ustream on New Japan has events where they air them at night, and in here it's like 2 a.m. But since TNA is based out of the U.S., you'd think they'd have it more convenient for U.S. fans than Japan. My guess is they'll probably tape it, but a pay-per-view is not the same when it's taped. I mean, obviously, most people are going to stream them. I stream some, I buy a few occasionally, so we'll see what happens. But it'll be interesting to see what they do with the pay-per-view, whether it be live like 2 a.m. here in the East Coast, or if they'll tape it and air it at the regular 8 p.m. time slot on pay-per-view. So that'll be interesting to see how they do with the pay-per-view. I'd prefer them to have it maybe at a convenient time, like maybe in the middle of the day in Japan, like 3 p.m., and then it'll air at like 9 p.m. here or something like that. I'm not exactly sure the time difference, but maybe make it convenient for both, not do it at 8 p.m. in Japan and have it at like 2 a.m. here. So we'll see what happens. I'm not too worried about it, but it's an interesting point to put across. And the 6 sides coming back. The New York City tapings this week. Destination X is coming up, so that's going to be interesting to see what it brings. Low-key, Brian Cage from PWG, and Homicide's coming back, obviously in the LAX days. But so yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I'm excited to see what TNA brings to the future. And yeah, it's just my thoughts. Thought I'd make a video on TNA just addressing those, and keep my channel active so people didn't think I just dropped off the face of the earth. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks, guys. RSC6414.